The single best moment of the third GOP debate belongs to Ted Cruz of Texas. Ted Cruz got the best soundbite of the evening. Now, others performed well too, Marco Rubio especially, but there was a moment when Ted Cruz did something that a lot of people just can't do in debates. He was listening, he was absorbing, he was thinking on his feet, and he delivered a very powerful message. He was asked, basically, aren't you an obstructionist? And your ability to get along with Washington has been criticized. He was asked a tough question, I believe a fair question, but a tough question from the CNBC anchor. And his response was, this is why the people of America don't trust you. You've asked us to name our mistakes. Donald Trump, are you a cartoon character? Ben Carson, can you do math? Kasich, well, will you insult a couple of... Now, everything he said had a kernel of truth. He took nuggets from every single question and turned it into, and synthesized it quite adeptly in a way to make the CNBC reporters look trivial, negative, and nasty. And I do think that CNBC shot itself in the foot. Just describe what Donald Trump does. You don't have to then say, are you a cartoon character? Let people have their own mistakes revealed. Don't ask them to list their biggest mistakes. I think that was a huge blunder on the part of CNBC. But I give Ted Cruz tremendous credit because it wasn't a canned response. He had to actually listen carefully. And a lot of people, if you're up on stage, you're thinking about your message and your closing statements and your message points. It's actually difficult to be completely in the moment, listen, synthesize, and craft a message. And that is what Ted Cruz did so well. According to Frank Luntz, the well-known Republican pollster who does all the focus groups afterwards for Fox and other places, the response from Cruz hit an all-time high. People absolutely loved it. Republican voters loved his response. So it was a message that resonated with core voters. It also, by the way, allowed him to deflect a tough substantive question and made him appear incredibly substantive because he's attacking the media saying, why don't you ask us about substance? So it was tactically brilliant. I'll leave it up to others to talk about the intellectual honesty of it and the fairness of it, but as a pure communication tool, as a delivery, Ted Cruz was flawless, and that's why he has my vote for, not necessarily for president, but for best moment of the entire third GOP debate.